Are they really going to be late for their own podiversary party?
Have you ever met two more unorganized people?
Touché. I just hope they get here soon.
Meanwhile, at the Supersons' lair.
This goddamn mustard will not come out of my nice white shirt.
I mean, it's your fault.
Okay, if you name yourself Condiment King, you better be ready for someone to make fun of you. It's only fair.
I mean, you told him he needed to catch up on our podcast. When he didn't get the pun the first 5 times, you pushed him too far.
Ugh. Well, while I clean, we probably should record the episode. We're already late for the party.
It's a bird. It's a plane. No, it's Supersons. Having fun with Supersons.
Are you going to write us a new theme song? What the fuck was that?
I don't know. Just having a nice day.
Today is a special episode, but before we begin, we just want to commemorate Tom Lyle, who co-created Will Payton's Starman, Stephanie Brown, and the Scarlet Spider. He recently passed away. We just wanted to give a memoriam. But today is our 1-year podiversary. We have been recording the show for an entire year. We have not had 1 week off. Like, we haven't missed a week. We haven't screwed anything up royally.
I think we did actually take 2 weeks between our first and second episodes, actually.
Did we?
I think so.
Well, I mean, those are the first 2 episodes. But, once we had our schedule set, that's where it stayed. It's kind of crazy that you and I have done something for a year and haven't screwed it up.
Yep.
I mean, Mike also has really helped with that, because if it wasn't for him, the show would never be edited, and neither of us could do that. So we wanted to just start out by thanking everyone who's listened, who's...
Yeah, you're all very cute.
Yeah. What? It's been a year. We've had a couple of interviews. We've gone to 1 con as Supersons. So just to be honest with everyone, when we started this, Jake and I are still just doing it for fun. But my stretch goal was just 1,000 people have listened to the show. And right now we're well over 4,000, which is wild. That is a lot of days of people listening to
Sorry,
Supersons.
he meant to say 40,000. You know, we got a lot of listeners. I'm winking.
No.
I'm winking at the microphone.
No, that's just when we're at cons and I tell people we're the biggest DC podcast.
Yeah.
So I can't really believe we've done this. We've had interviews with people who we've both looked up to for a very long time. And honestly, every single one of them has been an absolute delight. We're just really thankful people are listening. We're still having fun making it, and we're having our big podiversary party after this, which we are extremely late to. But that's who we are.
Yep.
Probably shouldn't wait till last minute to do everything, but that's just that's us. So we just wanted to start the episode by thanking you. So thanks for listening. We'll keep on coming with more Supersons action.
Kisses.
So Jake, what are we covering today?
I don't know. There's a little book called Supersons.
Never heard of it. What's it about?
A kid named Robin and a kid named Superboy.
Their names are Robin and Superboy, like legally on their license. Well, they don't have licenses. They're kids. Their birth certificates.
I think so.
Huh. You want to tell us a little bit about this Robin character?
All right. Robin. Damian Wayne loves all animals, hates most people. He is the son of Batman, Talia al Ghul, grandson of Ra's al Ghul, and was the Robin to Dick Grayson's Batman.
Ra's al Ghul. Have we talked about him yet? The demon?
The demon's head?
Yeah. No, I don't think we have. So he is the head of the League of Assassins. His daughter is Talia, and Batman is Batman. You know who that is. Damian is my favorite Robin.
Yep.
He's absolutely delightful. He has some different writing, like different characterizations depending on who's writing him, but normally he's just great. And at this point, I think Supersons is his best series just because he's written so well through the entire thing, and he's just really consistent, and you can see him grow as a character with his best friend, John. Jake, do you want to tell us a little bit about John, Superboy?
John Kent is comics' best kid. He should have stayed small, if only for a few more years. He's half Kryptonian, half human. He's all farm boy, and now space future guy.
Yeah, so in one of the recent runs, Brian Michael Bendis has aged him up. John is fantastic. John and Damian's interactions with each other are fantastic. I think it explores a dynamic of friendship that Batman and Superman don't, because they're both adults and they don't know how to express.
Yeah, it's got a bit of an old school Teen Titans feel.
Yeah, like they're best friends, and in the story we're going to be talking about today, they're not best friends yet. They're just friends.
But
like through this series, yeah,
John kind of hates them.
As they go on, you see the friendship grow, and they actually care about each other, and you can see that. Whereas Batman and Superman don't really talk about any of that stuff, and they don't really show how much they care. But like, I sent Jake a page the other day where Damian went out of his way to find this toy for John for Christmas. That like no one could get anywhere. So it's just like those little things that these kids are best friends, and we both love the Supersons. I'm really excited to get to talk to them. Yeah, I'm really excited we're talking about them after a year. But it's better to wait because these kids are fantastic. They have the best dynamic. They're one of my favorite dynamics in general. They're everything that Superman and Batman could be if they actually just said they were best friends instead of being, oh, you're not my friend. And then we have to talk a little bit about Amazo and the Amazo virus. What Amazo is an android. Was he created by Tio Maro?
No.
Right?
Professor Ivo.
No. Professor Ivo. I always get those two mixed up. I don't really care about either of them. So Amazo basically can copy superpowers, and you see him fight the Justice League a lot, but Lex Luthor released a virus that gave everyone essentially Amazo powers, and it was real bad in a Justice League arc around this time. I can't recall too much about that, just because I wasn't reading Justice League at that time. But yeah, the Amazo virus was just something that was screwing people up, and it comes into play in this story, even after everything was fixed by the Justice League. So, we are covering Super Sons Volume 1, Issues 1 to 4, When I Grow Up. Jake, do you want to go over the creative team?
Yes, it is written by Peter J. Tomasi, art by Jorge Jimenez, colors by Alejandro Sanchez, letters by Rob Lay.
Wow. That was that 1 year, baby. Pitch perfect fucking introduction. All right. You ready to get started?
Yeah, sure, why not? Our story opens with a prologue about a family, mom, dad, Archie, Sarah, and Reggie. All seems normal until you realize Reggie is bossing everyone else around and demands a group hug. And then we have a wide shot of their living room, which is actually just a TV set that has no crew. And then it jumps to what it says the present. Jumping to the present, we see Robin and Superboy bicker as they're dodging lasers until they're surrounded by robots of themselves. 2 days prior, on a snowy day in Hamilton County, John Kent is heading to the school bus. The bus is filled with has a fill-in driver, and on this bus, John stands up to a group of bullies but allows them to direct their harassment at him as to not show that he's got superpowers. He could just easily beat them up. Granted, if Superboy beat up a bunch of kids, that'd be painful.
Yeah, it would be really painful for those kids. But his dad is Superman, and he gave him morals.
Yes. All right. After school, John and his friends get into a snowball fight with said bullies, who then start putting rocks into their snowballs because they're dicks. They're dickheads. But angry John thinks about using his heat vision, but decides against it. Just then, a giant snowball falls in from the roof onto one of the bullies. And John looks up and he sees the substitute bus driver. This bus driver, it looks like a very small old man.
Yeah, he's standing on the roof as he looks down over the kids that he tossed this giant snowball to.
Yeah, it. Without this next part, it'd be very questionable. After confronting the man, John realizes it's one Damian Wayne blowing off homeschooling. The two talk a bit, John learning a little bit more than he expected about the boy wonder. The two boys go back to the bus, and Damian drives a bunch of kids home.
So Damian has like these little stilts built into the boots because Damian is tiny, which is hilarious. The whole visual gag of Damian being this old male bus driver and he's just really a little kid is hilarious. This scene was I love this introduction.
Yeah, just imagine like a 13-year-old boy driving a bunch of kids to school.
Was he 13 at this point?
Yeah, he's still 13. I don't think they've made him 14 yet.
Oh yeah, this was after Rebirth.
Yeah, but 14 has been the big thing that happens.
Yeah.
But more on that later. Not later this episode, later in another episode. All right. Later in the Batcave, Batman benches Damian from patrol for skipping his homeschooling. In contrast, John is playing cards with his parents until his dad has to go do Superman stuff. In bed, John is startled by Robin, who wants Superboy's help to investigate something. They just need to go to their first stop, Lex Luthor's secret lab, where then they're confronted by the bastard billionaire himself.
At this point, Lex Luthor was quote-unquote Superman. Yeah, so he had like this bitchin' blue armor, and he was on the Justice League.
He also wore a cape.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was actually a really cool period. I actually like Lex Luthor as a character. He's interesting. I know there's a lot of odd stuff going on with him now,
yeah,
but he's sort of cool.
Do you think what he is now is a result of stealing all those cakes?
He stole 40 cakes, and that's just awful. Yeah, but we'll talk about it later, but the dynamic in this scene where you see John spending time with his family and Damian spending time with Alfred and Bruce is awesome. Like it shows how wildly different these two are, and especially in the ways that they're raised. Superman, that whole scene, he's just so warm, and so is Lois and him are both warm, loving parents. And John has like a bedtime of like 9 o'clock, and he's like, "Oh, can I stay up a little bit later?" But like a normal, wholesome kid, while Damian is like, "All right, let's go beat up some criminals in Gotham City." Yeah, I love that scene so much. Issue 2, we check back in on the family. Oops, Reggie is killing that family. Kind of like oops, all berries. Because like it cuts the roof of your mouth. What? All right, hold on. Jake is comparing Reggie killing this family to the pain caused by oops, all berries that cuts the roof of your mouth.
You know, Captain Crunch is very, very dangerous, but so delicious.
Reggie's family is bleeding, minus Sarah, his sister, who then runs off to trying to escape her fate. We see them, the Supersons hanging on a grappling cable, reacting to Lex Luthor confronting them. As Lex questions and somehow doesn't realize who Robin is, Damian throws the boy off of a steel cable as a distraction. And for your info, dear listener, John at this point could not fly, much like us normies. Lex goes to save Superboy, only to be surprised that he's perfectly fine. After Lex reaches him, John kicks Lexi in the jaw and runs off. Damian, having broke in during the perfect situation, Lex catches John and questions him and reveals that Robin is planting a bomb in the lab. Lex confronts Robin while carrying Soupy, thinking Damian has only just started. But it turns out he already has all the information, and Damien has already set up a bunch of other bombs that Lex will have to disable so the boys can escape. John is pissed at Damien, claiming he thinks he's so great, but he's not. And Damien's like, no, yawn, I'm better than you. Turns out that Damien already hacked all of Luther's shit. Turns out Reggie and his family were one of the few people that kept their powers after the end of the Amazo virus arc, and Reggie stole some Amazo armor that can help you conceal and use the powers better. Our heroes go to the abandoned TV set and find that the family has been killed. John leaves feeling like they're in over their heads, but Damien sticks it out to investigate. John finds Sarah, the sister, in the woods, but little does he know that Batman is standing behind him, while Superman is charging up his heat vision behind Damien.
Oof. We get a little flashback as that's as little as Damien is tall. So it's only one page. We learn that that Reggie and his family were a hero team for a short time called Super Duffies, because that's their name, the Duffies. All with their own powers. Reggie multiplies and Sarah can control machines. They all other have powers, so they don't really show most of them. I think they just show the mom has, I think she has flight, but she wears a full suit. Weird stuff. Just full suit. Everyone else is wearing regular clothes. Mom's in a full suit. That's how she fights crime. God, that's gotta be restrictive.
Yeah, you can't really move your arms in a full suit. Especially if it's buttoned. With that thing to pop.
Yeah, I think that's why the Question always wore a tank top.
Good.
God, I love that. I love that series. Okay. All right. Back in the now, John is trying to get Batman to stop attacking him. Did I say stop attacking him?
Stop attacking him? I don't know what you said.
I think I said to stop attacking him. Oof. 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 All right. And Damien already knows it's not Superman but a robot. John only learns this when he starts fighting back. Robo Soups tosses Damien into John just after they call each other for help.
He literally tosses him out of the building, across and into the forest. And then he lands on him.
Yeah. I mean,
it's comical, but all of his bones would break.
Yeah, and this is as far as Sarah has. He tossed him as far as Sarah had run to escape her brother. So she had to be pretty deep in the woods to be like, he's not going to find me.
Mm-hmm. Damien, super bones.
I mean, he did have superpowers for a little bit.
Yeah.
All right. The two start to fight each other, kicking up the old cartoony dust up so that they can launch a surprise attack from the cloud of dust, dirt, on the robots of their dads. But both heroes are grabbed by their robo-dads until Sarah controls them and forces the robo-dads to stop, to put them down. Our trio head back towards the set to confront Reggie and explain the Amazo virus that is based on an android that mimics powers, as we've already said. Sarah reveals that Reggie stole the Amazo armor and got meaner than he already was, because he was already really mean to her and Archie. But the suit only his suit and his powers only ruined his mind even more.
I found it. I found what you wrote.
Huh? I don't know what you're talking about. Arguing ensues as normal with which is as normal with the Supersons. Dan, go fuck yourself. Robo-dads melt, like all robo-dads do. When the real kids reject them, Dan, remember that time you had a robo-dad and you said, "You're not my real dad," and he melted?
Yeah, that's how everything goes.
Yeah, that's how that goes. Robo-dads, am I right? And then the robo-dads, which are the size of Batman and Superman, become an army of Robin and Superboy bots. Superbot. Robot? Wait. No. No, neither of those work. All right. Sarah stops arguing because, only for her to start melting and revealing that she, herself, and her family were robots. So Reggie didn't kill anybody.
He just killed some robots.
Yeah. But, they melt. Apparently, he also has the power to make robots. He got all their powers somehow.
Yeah, he can absorb powers like a Mesa.
Yeah. And then the army of Superson bots attack, and that's basically the rest of the issue.
Basically, they need to go save the actual family now. So in issue 4, Lois and Alfred go into their children's respective bedrooms to get them up for the day, to only find that they aren't there. Alfred comments that Dick Grayson was at least decent enough to leave a pillow dummy when he snuck out. Damien has left nothing because he just doesn't care. Damien and John are captured and are still bickering. In comes Reggie, now Kid Amazo, with the really bitchin' Amazo armor.
Yeah, also...
and his super bot entourage.
I like how it's the Amazo armor, but it looks nothing like Amazo. There's no green stripes, there's no pointy ears. It's just black and red.
It's still awesome.
It is awesome.
Looks like there was a game called Marvel versus the Nemesis, Marvel Nemesis or something. It was a fighting game for PS2. It was like Jay Lee drew all the characters and they're all like soupy, but it looks bitchin'. So he gives the old evil speech and brings his real family in. John is told to stop trying to break out because it would probably kill Damien, but the boy wonder isn't worried as he knows someone is about to come in. In comes Lex Luthor, breaking the boys out and shooting a big laser at them, strong enough to break metal at the children. Lex Luthor shoots lasers at the kids, one who is a human. Luthor fights the robots. Damien basically knew that Luthor was going to come. He had alerted him before when they were running away from the robots. So he basically was like, oh, Luthor, here's your shit. Come get it. He basically uses him as a distraction. Damien chumps Kid Amazo, and John saves the Duffies. Damien and John carry the Duffies out of the building, leaving Luthor to keep fighting all the robots. Basically, they just used them and they escaped and saved everyone. After the family is safe, the boys go back to save the day as Lex is getting his ass kicked. But they don't do it. Sarah rips the Amazo armor off of her brother. The armor tries to attack John until Luthor stops it. Not so sexy Lexi says the boys need to beg him for mercy, and Sarah makes a little distraction so the boys can escape to Kent Farm. When they get to Kent Farm, they find a very angry Alfred and a livid Lois. The rest of the series is fantastic. It's only 17 issues for this part of the run, and then they do a new series and another series. I would read all the Supersons books if I was you. We're not going to give you 3 recommendations because you should just read anything that has Supersons on the cover because they're all very good. The latest series is okay, but it's still incredible because these kids are great. Jake, what was your favorite panel?
It's the same as my favorite moment. It's Lois and Alfred catching them the next morning.
Mine is from the first issue. It's John carrying Damien. As they're trying to escape from all the robots, John jumps onto Damien's back so they can escape. And it's really funny because he's like carrying him like Yoda. After he said the fact that he would never get on his narrow shoulders. Yeah. My favorite moment is actually different than that. It's the Superman and Batman both leaving for their superhero stuff and the just very big differences between the families. Like, Superman kisses Lois and John goodbye and it's just very like happy. The house is well lit. And then you've got the Batcave where Batman's basically like, no, you're staying in tonight. You were bad.
Thanks for the pivot point.
Yeah. Yeah, he jumps over Alfred.
Yeah, uses him as a springboard.
Damien like doesn't have the same affection for his family that John does at this point. We know he loves Alfred.
Yeah, he actually names his cat Alfred.
Yeah, he really cares about Alfred because Alfred is essentially the one who raised. I mean, Alfred raises all of them.
Right.
Bruce is just not a great dad. What was your favorite quote?
When Robin says, "Idiot, you can see it right with your you can fuck." When Robin says, "Idiot, you can see it with your regular vision," it's right over there when talking about his Robin cycle.
Mine was in the beginning when Damien reveals he's the bus driver. He was saying he doesn't need homeschooling. He essentially could have a PhD by now. And John's like, well, why don't you? And Damien says, because my mother killed my professor and dumped his body in the ocean. And John laughs, but Damien has a very serious face. So really, Supersons is fantastic. We left some stuff out of these issues clearly so you can go and read them. They are on the DC Universe app, which is very easily accessible to everyone in the US. Sorry, everyone else. But you'll be able to get these anywhere. Jake, are you reading any books currently?
I'm currently reading Sentient by Jeff Lemire from TKO and a few other things.
And I am rereading the Stephanie Brown run of Batgirl by Brian Q. Miller. Man. Every time I go back to read this series, it's like, oh man, it can't be as good as I remember. And then it's better than I remember because Stephanie's the best. And we will be covering her early in next year. But we actually have some listener questions because of our 1-year podiversary. So let's start off one from friend of the show, Casey. Which Detective Comics comics character likes Beans the most? Jake and I both said Rorschach, who sucks. Jake, you want to read Casey's next question?
Who's most likely to cook them into a cake? And I just typed out, not Rorschach.
Who do you think would bake them into a cake?
Not Rorschach. I don't think Rorschach knows how to cook anything. He eats cold. He ate cold beans.
Yeah, because he's a sociopath. Probably Condiment King. That's evil. That true evil is a bean cake. It would be frosted like a regular cake, though, and then when you bite into it, it's just beans.
I mean, there's no where the condiments stand. No, the frosting would be like.
Are there any food-based villains other than Condiment King?
Probably.
Sportsmaster's not baking a fucking cake.
Yeah, but I think he would appreciate the protein.
Ugh. Which DC show movie do you think has done the most work for a character? An example is the Guardians of the Galaxy, who were relatively unknown before the movie. I know my answer. Aquaman. I think now the general public realizes that he's actually a really cool character, and that the ocean is vast.
Which is interesting because Aquaman was popular enough to have his own cartoon.
Yeah, he was popular, but since then he's like just a joke in every form of media. He was just a joke.
Yep, just like us.
Yeah, but now he's got Jason Momoa, who's a badass. Jake, who do you think is the character who's gotten the most out of being on television or a movie?
I'm just gonna say Martian Manhunter because because we don't get enough of him.
Yeah,
he's great.
Like, after Justice League, people know him. Before, I mean, he's in Supergirl.
Oh yeah, he is.
He's like a well-known character after Justice League, which is cool because
I think my lack of watching comic book TV shows has shown.
Oh yeah, Jake doesn't like comic book stuff.
No,
other than comics, he doesn't like movies.
Well, no, I like TV shows.
I
like TV shows. It's just I don't care for movies because I don't think it's the optimum form of storytelling. You know, because of the length of a movie versus the length of a TV show. I'm just really behind on my show on all my shows.
Yeah. Another one from Casey. Which do you think has the biggest hill to climb for future tellings of the character to be received well? And our other friend Rob chimed in with Green Lantern and answered the question. I really think Green Lantern's got to have a not Hal Jordan adaptation, because there is the show coming for HBO Max, which is awesome, but I think it should be someone that's not Hal. It'll be Hal, but I would love to see Jess.
Guy Gardner.
Yeah, well, Jess and Guy Gardner.
Guy Gardner.
Yeah, but or a rotating cast, because that would be cool.
I don't even need him to be the Green Lantern. I just want Guy Gardner.
I mean, I feel like the Green Lantern show would be a really good. They could just do Brooklyn Nine-Nine style, and it's just Green Lanterns.
And Holt is just Ganthet.
Yeah.
Would Kilowog be Rosa?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or would he be Terry?
No, wait. Yeah, he's Terry Crews.
Because
Man.
I feel like
Terry Crews as Kilowog?
Because I mean,
Yeah, that's it.
Jess would be Amy.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Andy Samberg is Hal. Oh, no.
No.
What's his name?
Charles.
Whatever. Just keep moving. All right. So next, we have some questions from Rolling Misadventures. They are another podcast that you should check out. Most overlooked, underutilized villain in the DC universe you specifically want to see more of, and why?
Dan's going to say Killer Moth. Just want you all to know.
I'm not. It's Scarecrow. I don't think there has been a really, really, really good iconic Scarecrow story. Like, we all know Scarecrow, but there's not one that's like the Killing Joke or something like that. Like something that you could be like, oh, this is the story for them. Or like Mr. Freeze with the Batman animated series, The Heart of Ice. Like, there's no Scarecrow version of that. I wish people would read Scarecrow Year One like it was that. I want to add that to our list for next year. Yeah, I would like to see a really good sorry, damn it. You wrote Killer Moths, now he's in my head. I would like to see a really good Scarecrow story.
Hold on. You're going to tell me that Killer Moth isn't always in your head?
Yeah, I mean, he's always there. It's the light that never goes out.
Because moths are drawn to light? Mm-hmm. Like a moth to flame?
Mm-hmm. Jake, who would you like to see more of?
Ooh. I mean, I don't feel like it's characters I want to see more of, and it's villains I want to see less of.
Yeah, I'd like to see less Joker.
I'd also like to see less Deathstroke.
Yeah, Deathstroke is... I mean, he's popular, so he's everywhere, and people like him, but...
I mean, I always preferred him as the Titans villain.
Yeah. I'm also rereading that, and, like, seeing the origins of all that is kind of funny. Yeah, but I really think Scarecrow needs that story. And the next question from Rolling Misadventures is one near and dear to Jake's heart. It is the best flavor of Dorito.
Cool Ranch, next question.
Mine is
next question.
Chili.
Next question.
Whatever. Next comes from Kate from the podcast Ignorance is Bliss. Fun fact about Kate: her show was just a runner-up for the best interview style podcast.
Should have won.
She beat out Conan O'Brien and like a ton of really big names because her show is fantastic. I actually guest starred on it a while back. But yeah, Kate is actually fantastic, kind, and super sweet, and has helped me a lot with podcasting. She's been there for a lot of advice for things and to, drive us to keep going. So, first question. Are you happy with where you're at genre-wise? Are you hoping to explore other podcasting genres?
And I just typed this before we started recording. We've both kind of pitched each other things for different podcasts before, and we've expressed possible shows that to each other, not just with each other, just like, yeah, how do you think this idea sounds? All that. Yeah.
I mean, Mike and I are working on a James Bond podcast. Mike is a huge James Bond fan. I like James Bond too, but I just like dunking on shit, so I'm in. Yeah, I think our genre for comic books is what I'm most passionate about. We are exploring a little bit more storytelling in our podcast. Because I love the cold opens we do. I love doing the audio drama style stuff. So I feel like we could do more of that in the future.
I mean, I know I've pitched you something like that before.
Yeah, but I think we'll. I don't think we're going to start any other podcasts other than the James Bond.
Anytime soon.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna keep at this, and actually, maybe one day be good at it, because this summary was bad. But
well, yeah, I typed that on. I think.
Yeah, don't reveal the secrets. It's yeah. We'll get better. I mean, we're only in our first year. That was the worst summary I've typed in a while. Yeah, it was real bad, but it's fine. At least people will go and read it. That's what I want people to do. Yeah, I think we are trying to improve on our summaries and our format of the show. We're always open to feedback, so if you have it, always send it to us just because we could use it. Yeah, we want to be better, and we're trying. It's just been a really, 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 really rough year. So things usually get pushed off to the last minute because we're dealing with life stuff. Yeah. But
well, I mean, that was part of why this kind of turned out so bad, because I waited till last minute, and then we pushed back the day we were recording, and then I just never went back and fixed it.
Yeah.
So I was busy playing Star Wars Fallen Order. Jedi Fallen Order. Fuck
maybe
me.
one day
Fuck me, the Rory.
Jake will put in the effort. Yeah, but we've gotten a lot better than we were at the beginning. Sorry, we're getting off on a tangent, but yeah, well, I like where we're at genre-wise, because I do want people to read comics. Like, I want you to get into comics. So if there's any way we can help you do that, just let us know.
Hey guys, remember, reading is reading.
Yeah. The second question is, if you had to get a tattoo to represent your show, what would you get? Jake?
I said Mr. Freeze with an ice cream truck or a little like artisanal ice cream snow cone cart.
I wrote, I want to get the words "fuck Hawkman" tattooed onto my buttocks. You're welcome. A friend of the show, Pariah, has asked if you could make 2 DCU actors trade roles, who would they be? And I wrote, Tyler Hoechlin and Brandon Routh. I would switch them. I like Tyler a lot, but Brandon Routh is a really, really good Superman. And we are getting that in the Crisis crossover this year, which I'm super excited for. Jake, who would you trade, knowing that you don't watch a ton of the TV shows?
Well, no, it's not that I mean, the way you're phrasing it sounds like I've never watched any of them. Or like...
Yeah, you've watched them.
I'm just not caught up. Stroking my my beard. Hold on.
Oh, Killer Frost and Huntress. I want to see her play Huntress. Is her Danielle Panabaker or something like that?
I mean,
I'm not great with names or anything.
Do you not like the actress who played the Huntress?
I don't. I've only seen the 1 or 2 episodes with her, but I just want to see her as Huntress. I think she'd be cool.
I mean, I'm currently looking up who plays Alan Richardson. I wanted him to play. I wanted him in a like movie. If there's any character I wanted in a movie version, I wanted it to be Booster Gold, just for the sheer fact that it's Booster Gold, and I would rather him play that character.
Yeah, he's I love Alan Richardson.
I mean, if you
watched,
Fat Castle,
we've talked about
Fat Castle is is Booster Gold.
If you watch Titans, I need you to go onto the YouTube and search Mojito by Alan Richardson.
I love it.
He has a 2-minute song about mojitos. Mata 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 mata. Yeah, mata mata. But
he is very good as
Mojito.
Hawk.
Yeah, I'm so excited he's back because he played Aquaman in Smallville. I love him. He always makes me laugh. He's just a very good actor. I'm a big fan.
But he
clearly,
which is funny because who played Green Arrow on.
Green Arrow played Aquaman in the promo.
Yeah.
It wasn't a promo. It was a pilot.
Yeah,
What a show. Was it Mercy Reef was the name of it?
I think so.
What a time. What a time.
Yeah, we almost had
an Aquaman television show.
Yeah.
So, our last few questions come from DC Fan Universe. DC Fan Universe, I've talked about it before, is a subreddit where different writers take their own spin on all the DCU characters. It's worth checking out. They're all pretty good. They're all very, very good writers, and I'm friends with quite a few of them from the DC Discord, where I'm a mod. A lot of cool guys, a lot of cool people in those. Yeah, so we have a few questions. The first one is, who was your favorite guest so far? I love all of them. Like, it's super exciting that anyone wants to talk to us.
Oh,
and
yeah.
all of them have been absolute delights to talk to. Like, very kind, a lot of good insights and things like that. But for me, the biggest one was Jimmy.
That was a really fun one. But I think I'm gonna have to give my answer to. Sorry, I cut you off. That was my bad.
Yeah, you did.
That's bad.
Real asshole.
Yep.
No, it's just Jimmy has been one of my favorite writers since I was a kid. Like, I've always bought his comics and I've always loved and followed him. But now the fact that he knows who I am is kind of a really, really cool thing. Yeah, I respect him a lot, and he's always talking about and doing things to shine the light on different creators and things like that. And I think it's super important, and I just really love him. Jake?
I think I'm going to have to give it to Chris Sotomayor, because, I mean, his origin story.
Yeah. Yeah, if you haven't listened to that episode yet, go back. Yeah, Chris is such a nice person. Like, we're very lucky to talk to anyone, and it's just awesome that all of them have been just great people.
Yeah, they've all been really great.
Z-Chan is, all of them. And I'm just very excited we got to talk to anybody, but all of them have been, I can't say I have a favorite just because they've all been awesome to talk to. But for me, it's just like, I got to talk to my comic book writer. Mm-hmm. So the second one is, what is your favorite answer to the sandwich question? I gotta say David Gallagher's, just because he gives some more insight into his backstory and how his the grilled cheeses, because his family used to have grilled cheese on Thanksgiving. I think about that a lot, actually. He's, again, love him. He's just been he's
awesome. Great.
Yeah,
literally everyone we've interviewed has been great.
Yeah, there's something I will say thank you to these people over and over, and I guess I get I'm probably annoying with it, but I'm just seriously extremely thankful.
Oh yeah,
that everything's gone this well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're very lucky. We've done so much, and yeah, everyone that's involved with the show is fantastic, and yeah, Mike has saved us a billion times. Yeah. I want people to realize that we are thankful for everything, and you're listening to our silly little podcast. So the third question, which podcast opening was the most fun to record?
I like how you didn't let me answer the second one. You got me back for cutting you off.
Oh, yeah. Who was your favorite sandwich?
I'm going to actually say the one that you gave on Play Comics. Other than the sauces, that actually sounded pretty good.
Get out of here. Sorry, Mira just jumped up onto the keyboard. She's never done that. I've let you stay in this room while I record, you little goblin.
Oh, I love Mira. Oh, so skittish. She's so adorable.
She never does.
Yeah, she normally just stays on her little post.
Don't give me those eyes. Now she's mad I'm not petting her. We're not going to cut this. I want you to know that this cat is not leaving me alone now.
You can hear her bell.
Yeah.
Unless Mike cuts that out.
Yeah, but we were on Play Comics last week. Check that show out. Chris, if anyone I can thank, it would be Chris, because Chris has nonstop. He sends me nice messages, sends me audio things of just him encouraging.
Oh yeah, he's very nice. Especially, he's now started to send them into to both of us, like with his like the weather thing.
Yeah, I cannot believe how lucky we are to have all these nice people. Just Chris is one of the people who is like, when I'm really like down on myself and like, oh man, we could be better, we could have more listeners, things like that. Like, yeah, we could, but he's also like, wow, you're making a great thing. Like, keep doing it and you'll get better. I'm very thankful for him. If you couldn't tell, we're thankful. I just wanted to let you know.
Almost
All right, so
Thanksgiving, everybody.
Yeah. Crash giving. Number 3. Which podcast opening was the most fun to record?
Fun to record. I mean, some of them have been really fun to record, and then some of the other ones have been more fun to write.
Yeah. I think my favorite one to record was probably the Batman one, where we were Batman and Robin. Because that's the first time. It was like episode 3. It was the first time we like really just went all in. We went all in for the Santa one, but
yeah, that one was my favorite one to record. I will say my favorite one that I've written was probably the Nightwing one.
Yeah, and Mike's New York accent. But yeah, I loved. Like that's where I discovered how much I love Mr. Freeze.
Oh yeah.
And then his last question: what are the odds you'll move to once a week? And Jake, there's a lot that goes into these podcasts.
Yeah, I didn't finish what I was typing on that because we started recording.
Yeah. The likelihood of it is not probably anytime soon.
Yeah, no. I mean, like we've commented about how the summer was a little rough. I mean, we kept on giving ourselves a deadline and we weren't meeting it. We've known that the past few times, and even when we do meet the deadline, we don't end up recording, and then but still the procrastination kind of ruins the summaries. Yeah,
but I think we almost have our layout for the next year. And we really need to get back on our Patreon. We're really sorry to anyone who's listening, who's our Patreon subscriber.
I'm planning new stuff for that. I'm planning that whole new thing.
Yeah, just in all honesty, it's just been a really rough year outside of this. Like, this has been one of the highlights of my year. Someone asked me once why we don't edit out some of our stuff. And the reason for it is because we want you to know that we're real people, that we're not going to always edit out like shit we fucked up or things like that, just because it's not who I am. I like being transparent, and
it's a little more genuine.
Yeah, like I'm not, I wouldn't make Mike do all that. Yeah, we screw up a lot, but we'd rather keep it in, so we're not a highly made podcast.
Guys, remember, we can't read.
Yeah, we're not good people, but we're just the once a week thing. Maybe in the future, we have our next year set out. Almost once we have that all finalized, I want us to get way ahead with scripts.
Yeah. We need like a week where we just record, like 2 weeks where we record multiple podcasts and we write multiple scripts.
Yeah, but yeah. Yeah, go check out DC Fan Universe. But other than that, that's all I've got for today. We probably should get to that party. You can find us on Twitter at DC Supersons. Find us on Instagram, which Jake has taken over.
Oh yeah, we're a Captain Carrot Instagram now.
Yeah. Jake will start posting more, so you can find him there at Supersons Pod. Our website is supersonspod.com. You can find us on Patreon at patreon.com/supersons. We are going to be doing more with that. Sorry to anyone who is a current subscriber. We're going to revamp that whole thing. But we need to go. So we will see you in 2 weeks to talk about Crisis on Infinite Earths. Yeah, but we'll see you then. Same bad time, same bad channel.
This is Dan. Leave a message.
Hey, everyone's here. There are so many sandwiches. I hope you guys are alright.
Meanwhile,
He's gaining on us. Drive faster. Why would Batman want to take us down?
The murders, probably. I'm not a masked vigilante, but I'm gonna put my money on the murders.
Oh, yeah. Can you hit, like, the boost or something?
Jake, this is a Chevy Equinox, not an Aston Martin.
I don't know. Just do something.
Ooh, we are really fucked this time. You want to see if we can, I don't know, like, fight him?
You want to fight Batman? The Dark Knight. DC Comics moneymaker. You, Dan, who gets winded going upstairs, wants to fight a man hell-bent on stopping all criminals. Please do.
Let's tango, bat bitch.
Guess we're going to Arkham.